Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to give you another lesson for today. Taking a chance on another lesson, see if anything changes from the last one. Because Saturn is in direct mode now, but because he moves so slowly and takes time for everything to make a change, I'm not going to see and feel a big change right away, but some of us do feel it already. Things are picking up pace. Messages are coming in. Look at that. The death, again, my transformation card. It's change is in the motion. And I think if anything that I do with my lessons now is to give you that encouragement to keep going forward and make the changes that you need. Have that strength in you that you know you have. It's not that you have to go looking for it. You have it. That integrity. 7 of Wands here. That integrity with the 2 of Pentacles to find the balance and get back the balance or create a new balance from the ashes, because remember, we are going through cycles of change and on many levels simultaneously. I keep recalling the 4 major arcana cards that came out in the previous lesson, and that is a direct message from Spirit saying that you're going the right way. No matter if you do wrong or right, you're supposed to. You're supposed to go through the motions, keeping yourself back and saying, I don't know, and I can't, and I'm not sure, is just prolonging what is inevitable. Okay? Think of it that way. The 6 of Wands here, this is where the balance comes in to find and reach that victory. Change again, to change and be victorious and have your integrity intact is what I see with this. And then that 4 of Wands, again, healing. That passion is here. We have the 6 and the 4. That is a 10. Remember, we had the 10 of Wands, so we're continuing. And this is good when I see that we continue. Again, with the 9 of Swords, we're nervous, we're worried, we're confused. Confusing people. And I have a coffee today, and I recall the last time I had a coffee and did a lesson, it went haywire. Let's see what stick of dynamite I can find and light up today. I'm feeling very energetic all of a sudden, picking up my cards. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting the collective and keeping us safe. Must be the sunshine. It's kind of bright today. It was really bright yesterday too, so if we keep this up, it'll be a nice fall. Well, it's almost over, but it's still there. We still have some leaves on the trees, I see. What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit, for protecting me and keeping me safe, teaching the collective. What is it that we need to learn today? Okay, starting to feel a little more calmer all of a sudden. But yeah, it's transformation. This is what we're going for. We're going for change. Okay. Here we go. We have the Lovers and the 5 of Wands. So choosing to build and restore, and choosing this choice, this problem that we seem to have with I don't know and maybe and I can't get and I don't know if I can and I want more and everybody else involved has to have a portion. This is guided. These arguments or conversations, again, Temperance is healing. That 8 of Swords going around in the mind. It is guided to have that sense of stability and that building up of the self-esteem, or arguing with people, discussing with people, choosing from internal levels of what you really want, because Spirit is guiding this. This is divine guidance that goes into healing. So no matter what we do, healing is coming out of it. What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit. I feel like doing one more. What is the lesson for today? So many messages. What is the lesson? Ooh, judgment. Well, it makes sense coming off of the Five of Wands with Temperance, because it is divinely guided to choose, to make a choice, to make a decision, to finish up with the bartering and trying to control or trying to convince. Enough. It's make your choice. You have a choice between or among. You need to come in with all your reasons why, and then you settle in your own heart and mind what you really want. One way or another, Spirit is in control. We may think we make decisions that change the world, but we do. Let's not downplay it, but it's because we're guided to. Remember, we come in before this life from a previous life with experiences of a previous life, and it's just previous. We keep going backwards. You see how it takes so much effort to reach a level of freedom. And this is what the Judgment card, or just desserts, if you will, Pluto is moving around, has moved into play, and is here to stay. So we're going to see and feel changes, drastic and prolonged as well, and not just sudden change, but it's taken a long time for certain things to come to fruition. And this is what we will or have already begun to notice, that things that we held on to, we tend to make that judgment call to say, well, no, I don't want this anymore. I want something else. And by right, because the sentiment for why we were holding on is changed. Remember that transformation card. This is all spirits guiding us to where we need to go. But it is still, in the end of the day, a judgment call that we need to make. And Spirit is just nudging us on in that process, because this is all Spirit. Spirit is saying, okay, I'm here now. I'm taking the lead, and I'm handing out what you need to get, and maybe I give it to you, and I'm definitely going to give it to you in a way that you're not going to expect, because that is what this is all about, what you deserve. And it's not a question of, did I do right, did I do wrong? It is the cause and effect. Again, yesterday I took a different angle with that confusion card, saying that, it's the effect that I have on the next person, or how that person affected me makes my judgment shift, because it does. What is the tool then? Oh boy, you come back with that ace. And yesterday, again, it is about that ego that was calling out, but this is a new beginning nonetheless. We get to choose here what we do with this new beginning. Now this is the tool to start over, that passion, that spark, the beginning of something new, beginning of anything new. This is your choice. Spirit is giving us that ability to be passionate, first off, because we have passion within us, and we recognize it. And again, with that 5 of Wands that we saw come around and has been coming around, it is to build that self-esteem. And Spirit is giving us that gift here, right here, because this is potential. This is the possibility where you can go in any direction that you want, provided that it is to build up and create. And I mean, you know what I mean. It's the start, it's the process, it's the encouragement. It's, oh, wait a second, I think I like this. Oh, I really think I like this. Oh, I think I really want to go forward with this. And then it becomes more exciting as you go. It's the building up of the momentum. So if Spirit is saying, well, you deserve to start over, or you deserve a new beginning, we could look at it like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be that you take this on an emotional level and say, well, with the other person. This could be with a group of people. This would be just within your own mind that you're thinking, well, you know what? I'm gonna just change things in my life, and I want to do this different, and I want to do that, and I don't want to do this anymore. A whole new beginning is a gift here. Looking like a good lesson building up, because it is just desserts to begin again. And what is Spirit doing for us? Boy, that 4 of Cups has come back. So that self-awareness, again, it comes back to the awareness of what that 4th cup that's being handed to us that we can't see. We're tired of certain things. We're fed up with a lot of stuff. And Spirit is saying, well, now you need to take a look inward. Passion. Finding it. Going into that spark. And using the passion. Using it to propel yourself into that future. To cut away from the inertia. A new idea takes you away from boredom. Spirit is giving us the both sides, where we have that notion of, I don't want this anymore, and I'm tired of this, and I keep getting the same, and a new beginning in the same. I don't know if I want to start something over and do the same thing in the same way. That is where we have to really take on that discernment quality here, because the judgment, when we say judgment, when we use our judgment, it is to discern. And we were talking about that in the 4 of Cups, where you see and recognize what another person needs, or how they have been affected by your own judgment, by what you've decided to do or say in relationship to another person, and then bringing it to a beginning to say, well, you know what, I want to start something new. These 3 cards do not indicate that it is with another person or even with a group. So we have to look at it from an internal level, where I want to start something new for myself. Because the Ace of Wands, again, even though I said yesterday it relates to ego, this is where it begins. That desire for anything, it is pertaining to the ego. But you have the choice to be humble or not, because you remember what you've had before. And if you're following with the ego, you're only going to get the same thing that you had before. And if you recognize that it was your ego that brought you into a position of loss, then you want to go the other way. And this is the potential that we have according to this card, because Spirit says you need to do things differently. You need to change. You need to go and face the things that you don't want to face, and you need to make a choice how you want to go from here on in. Personal again. So what is the gift then? If we are given all this experience of inertia and sorrow and changing mind and wanting something different and having that sense of I need to go in a different direction. What is the gift? Anxiety, stress. Oh boy. So we are really going through the meat grinder, as I've said in the other readings. It is a meat grinder because it is where change comes from. If we don't go through what it is that's been hurting us and making us go into that sense of I don't want this anymore, then we cannot change. We'll be going around in that circle, that figure 8 there, where we go round and round and round and come back again, and then we start all over again, but we don't spiral up. And then we go into degrees of spiraling down because the anxiety is a weight. It's heavy. Again with the burden, that 10 of Wands that we had yesterday. We need to work through because it is a burden again we're getting. This is a gift. Anxiety, worry, nightmares and such. Too much of something. If you think you had enough of something, well, it looks like Spirit is going to give us some more. And if it wasn't positive, which it wasn't, because again, it is in the mind here. This is in the heart, and this is in the mind. So in the heart, we're not satisfied, and in the mind, we're going off the deep end here. Doesn't look very positive. But then that is what Just Desserts is all about. And if we want to change, because we have the ability, Spirit has given us that key to give us the spark and say, wait a minute, you can go in another direction altogether, you know. You just have to come up with something a little more creative. Personal. Thinking of yourself, but in the way that you are affecting another or others causes anxiety. We have to understand that we need to make that change. We need to go and reckon with what is really bothering us on a personal level, because we are affecting another or others and creating anxiety for them. What is at the bottom of this deck? Oh boy, it is our King of Wands. So this King of Wands here has created a mess of anxiety for himself. Or we could look at it in another way and say that because of the anxiety, we are recognizing the effect that we've had on people. And this is the Ace of Wands, which is his staff here, his Ace of Wands here. So now we have 2 wands, which creates new plans, new endeavors. Again, Spirit is giving us this key. This is where the true gift will lie if we sift through how Spirit is working with us here. Because again, we are not in control. Spirit is clamped down and said, you deserve what you get. Now deal with it. So that's what's happening here. We're not satisfied with what we get. We're not satisfied. There's something that we are missing, something that we don't want to repeat or have had repeated over and over, and we don't want it anymore. Spirit is giving us this frustration of I don't want, coupling it with the anxiety of I need to get out of this. I need to get away from this. I've had too much of it now. It's just too much. I can't deal with it anymore. And then he gives us the King of Wands. This King of Wands is one of the, I shouldn't say one of, he is the caregiver. He is the peace bearer of the tarot. Okay, in his kingdom, everybody is cared for. Everybody is on equal ground. Anybody who is going through a suffering time, he makes sure to help them find their way through. But it looks like he is the one who is in a state of anxiety. He is the one who has to come up with a solution as to how to get out of this inertia, how to get through the anxiety and make a new beginning with this innovation here, with this wand and this other wand coming together is the two of wands. And that is where you see that you really are at the beginning of the future, where you say, well, I could do whatever I want now, and you can. This is just to bring us down to ground zero. These two cards here, where Spirit slaps us down and says, okay, now you're going to get all the frustration that you've handed out, and you're going to get all the anxiety that you've caused to another person or other people. You're going to get that. Now you're going to have to deal with it within yourself. That's what this is all about. That passion. If it is that the king himself was wayward, going off and just did what's the word, neglecting the village, for example. He decided he wanted to go off and visit his neighboring kingdoms, and he's just on a vacation, and whoever's in charge is frustrated because they don't know what they need to do because the king isn't there anymore. He's off, he's out of town, he's on a long lunch. And there isn't anybody else because he didn't delegate. He didn't leave anybody in charge. He just left. He went off and did his own thing. And now when he comes back, he's going to have to fix a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety within his village. Makes sense. Let's see where this goes. Oh boy, it's going to be a lot of reading today. Coming to the end of a cycle. So let's just move this down. Let's see. The king. Yeah, see, he's missing something. He's missing something. He missed his chance. He's thinking, oh boy, I'm in the shit now because I don't know where to go from here. I got all this negative inertia, anxiety. I need to change is what he sees. I need to change. I need to change something because he's looking right at it. Again, coming back to Pluto with his just desserts. You need to change. You need to transform. I have no choice because it's not working for me. This what I have been doing. It's only creating anxiety. So I need to change. He's thinking about it. Thinking a lot about it. Coming into the Three of Wands where, okay, I'm thinking about it because we go from the 9 to the 8, so it's starting to ease up with his change, starting to ease up, and this turns into, you know what, I want to go do something else altogether. I'm getting away from this routine that I'm in. I want something else. I'm going for that something else because he has the passion and he is a born innovator, right? So it's not going to be difficult once he makes the change. But that change in itself is going to give him that peace of mind. Sorry, I was looking at this as an 8. This is the 6. My apologies. From the 9 to the 6 is an amazing feat because of the change. This king is taking on his new perspective, a new one. And he's making that effort to get past whatever it is he thinks that he lost. He's allowing himself to give it up and moving with the changes, facing them first off, standing in his own, with his own lost my words. Let's take another sip of coffee. Hold on. His passion. He's taken his own innovation, his own passion. This is what he has. This is his gift, that he's already been bestowed the passion in this life. So he's using it to change, to take himself into another place where he can have peace of mind. And in doing that, he elevates and he goes off into a whole new venue. This is where the 8 comes in, and then the 9. So he goes from the 6, from the 9 to the 6, back to the 8. And then he gets what he wants. In the end, he is satisfied, because he makes the change internally. He reaches in and he accepts what is going on, accepts what he's done, accepts what others have done, and works through it. He gets through, because this is the gift. This anxiety here, this is the gift. We had from loss yesterday to anxiety today, and he's mulling through with that and recognizing that things do change and have changed, because he's given up something, because he's ready to go off into smooth waters, because he has let go and has made the changes that he knows he needs to make, because he is the king. He knows what he needs. You and I and everybody else involved here in this existence, we are all kings and queens in our own rights. We come into this world in this lifetime already prepared to be responsible. It is in choosing to be responsible that we ignite the passion. And then I say the passion, it is, all right, let's not go too deep, but just an overall, okay? Your birth signs, whether you are, for the example, a fire sign. If you are one of the fire signs, then your passion is forefront. If you are an earth sign, then your passion is deep within. If you are a water sign, then your passion is in surrounding your environment. Your passion comes from what is around you. Your passion is affected by others around you. They bring your passion out by your interaction with them. For water, okay? If you are an air sign, then it is the innovation. For your passion is in the mind. Your passion is in seeking knowledge and in expressing your knowledge and expressing and your learning, and you're passionate about learning. You're looking for more information. You can never be satisfied with some. You need to go and dissect more and delve into. So it's preordained, in other words, the kind of passion that we all come into this world with, because of what we have done in previous lifetimes. Again, we are continuing a flow here, and this is for those of us who really have no notion and are just curious about tarot, for instance, because you're watching this. It is just to say that connection was already established in a previous life that you have with spirituality, that you connect to tarot for some reason. I mean, it's too vast to say. I can't know. I'm just giving an overall here. But the fact that you are interested in tarot, it just means that in a previous life you had a connection to some form of spirituality, and in this lifetime you are reconnecting to that same sense of spirituality, but through tarot. It would just make it clearer if I was saying it about myself, because I am connected through tarot to my spirituality. It is my doorway for my spirituality, the tarot. But it doesn't mean that it is only that. that has my passion connected. No, it is the fact that I recognize that I am passionate with my spirituality. I recognize that. And I was brought into this world with that passion, knowing it. Like everybody else, you know what you are passionate about. From before you were even born, you were attracted to that passion here in this realm. And when you came in packing. You have it. It's deep inside of you. And until you grow and connect to whatever it is that triggers that passion, then you know. Before then, you're still searching. You're looking for answers. And then when you find the answer to one or two questions, then you start building up, and that's when the flame ignites. And this is why our king here can let go and will change and will find peace of mind and move on and become more, because here this card we know as the Three of Wands. Here it's where there's a bit of patience that is required from us all. If we want to change something, we have to be a little patient about it and do what we need to do. Again, keeping that innovation going, because this here is okay. If I don't get what I want in this way, I'll make a different way and get it in another way. And that is the innovation here coming from this king. But in doing that, let's see, because following is the Eight of Swords, and this is where we have to change our mindset, because again, change is on the forefront here. Peace of mind, that patience to get what I want, or that determination to say, well, if it doesn't work for me in this way, I'll go another. I change my mind, change the way I think. And in that, this Nine of Swords, where anxiety was too much, instead we get satisfaction, we get that joy, that freedom, that celebration of whatever, which is very passionate. Again, well, passionate. It is about love. It is everything I love, I will get. This is what this 9 is. What I love is mine, is coming. I'm going with my 9th cup now. I got the 1st cup. We went from the 1st cup yesterday into the 9th cup. We have 9 now. And that 9 plus the 1 is the 10 if we want to connect it on a, on a deeper level here. But it is, again, the satisfaction. Where I was dissatisfied, I am now satisfied because I made changes. And that brings us to the end of a cycle. You remember we had the 2 10s showing up? Well, here it is now. Oof, very innovative. Started off very depressing with our inertia and our anxiety, and look how we end up. We're satisfied with our just desserts. Pluto is giving it to us, and because we choose to change, I hope that this lesson is a reflection off of wanting to change, that wanting something different. I hope that that is where you are taking this, that you really do see that connection to your spiritual existence, because that is the forefront and that is what is coming up. I think that is why I'm able to jump back in and do these lessons, because it is relating to that spiritual connection that we have as individuals to the universe, not to people, to the universe. Because again, it is another lesson dealing with the self, and this is self-satisfaction. Okay, self. This is all about me, the I. That ego is being healed. That ego is being healed through anxiety. Thank you, Spirit. Getting all passionate about it. What is the oracle message for this lesson? Thank you, Spirit. Sacred waters. Peace. Again, relating to this card. We're finding peace. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And the abundance card, the cow. Again, it's a 5. It's that change that we want. Again, it's just desserts, huh? What else is under there? That vulnerability to be in love. Again, the 6. 4 and 2 is 6. Okay, so it's looking up here. Those of us who were devastated with that, oh no, it's over, I don't ever want to be with this one or that one, you will find love again, huh? Remember, the 6 of Cups comes back. It came back again. And now we're moving forward into cleaning up that thing with the ego, that mess, that internal mess of I'm in control of other people. No, you're in control of your own. And if you don't realize that, Pluto will make sure you do. Being positive, we're going into sacred waters. It's funny, huh? It's an 8, 35. Changing our mindset is where we're at with this. Drunken by the swell of the sea, I can feel the blanket of her embrace, unafraid of the presence, releasing the cords. I call her in, I call her deeply within. This is good. This is where we get to relax and say, okay, it's all good. I'm in a good place, so I'm getting there. This reading, again, it's a lesson, but still, it's a type of a reading. It is to ease that transition, that transformation of personal existence on how you affect another person, how you have been affected by other people is creating a change. And you take that on the level that resonates with you. Huh? Let's see the cow. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. That is where the transformation is recognized with this card. You see? May the embrace of all that is nurturing you. Remember, I talked about that, where this cow symbol here is a representation of the universe providing us with everything that we need. We took it in, we take it in, and we share it with others, and we develop the village like this king does. We develop our connections in a nurturing form, you know, where we're doing good for the next person because we care about how we affect them. That is where true abundance comes in. That is where all the riches that we could want and not have to worry about choosing from one or another. That is where it comes in, because we are open. We have come to realize that we have everything that we need. Let's take a look at the Lovers. And we came right back to fertilizing after this card. So it is a connection. You see the spiral? You see where the change in itself comes in, and it goes into different layers and it spirals up. Our life, our existence is to spiral up and become the best that we can be on every level, and understand and accept that where we are placed is because we have a purpose to be there. Because that's what this card is all about. Understanding that you are important, that you are a part of the existence, and that you do affect the lives of other people. But the lesson in this is to make sure that you recognize that how you are affecting another or others by having the gift of anxiety and nervousness and worry because you keep getting the same, or you're not getting what you want. and you're not satisfied, and you're nervous and worried that you will not get what you want. The lovers, this is where you are vulnerable. This is where you allow yourself to be open to love. And again, I said it yesterday in the previous lesson. I keep saying yesterday. It was the last lesson. Shifting too quickly. Energies are moving too fast because I have two things I want to say and I'm stuck between them. That connection to recognizing in yourself what you are, and that you are valuable, and that you are worthy, and that you know that you have to give up something in order to receive. Well, it's the same thing when you connect with another person. You open up and allow them to see who you are, and you reflect off of them as they reflect off of you, and you know that you belong together. You just do know it. You know if you are mixing with the people that you want to continue and have a relationship with. You know it. Love lulls all sorrow and bewitches flesh, mind, and breath, reminding me that I am unafraid of the unfurling winds of my eternity. If you think you have lost the love of your life, according to the last lesson, it's not so much that you've lost them. It is in a sense of you were with that person for the time you were supposed to be with them. And if it is that one or both of you decide in the dissolving of this relationship that you need to go on your separate ways, it is because you are meant to meet with the next person coming into your life to have a different relationship. It's not better. Don't start thinking one is better than the other. And no, we're not going there. It is a different relationship for different lessons that you need to learn through that person, and vice versa. It is being able to step into a whole new existence, passion and all, and completing the destiny that you were put here to complete. And it does include being dissatisfied and having nightmares and nervous tension and worries. And this is a part of life. We have to go through that regardless, on any level. Okay, we have to go through it because it is to teach us that Spirit is taking care of us, and that we have everything that we need, and that we are worthy regardless of how other people view us or give us the impression of our worthiness or not. It's very delicate. It's very delicate, this one, because it is all about the self. Don't forget. It's just about the king at this point, with his passion, his ego, his attitude. This is not particularly a fire sign, please. We're not going to dissect it that deep. It is about the self. It is about caring for the self. And in doing so, we are able to care for others. We are able to provide for others. We are able to understand what others need and how others are affected by what we do and say. And I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.